it's undeniable. Like, you can deny me access, but you can't deny me to keep trying the effort to get in. That's being Goaty, the greatest of all time. You can't let anything stop you until you stop. Therefore, everything wants to be Goaty. Every brand, every person, everything wants to be the greatest version of itself. That's Goaty, greatest of all time you. I'm Teague Higgins, I'm a writer, a show producer, and I wrote Goaty, greatest of all time you. I just put it on the shirt, and that's the thing about Goaty. It's something that I put on the shirt that everyone else should have already put on the shirt. So that's what makes it so relatable, and it's attached to people because it's something that they thought of, but just never put it in these words. Goaty is a motivational brand that brings out confidence in the person who wears it and the people reading it around. When people see it, they're gonna feel the message off top. It's contagious. I love telling this story. There's a few GOATs in, in sports. That's where it comes from. I'm an athlete. So, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, hands down. But LeBron James got so good that I had to say he was GOAT-like. I could no longer just say it was Michael Jordan. I had to be honest with myself, and I said LeBron might not be the GOAT, but he's Goaty. He's Goaty. He's GOAT-like. So from there, I start saying the phrase about things. A couple years later, I seen a picture of Prince playing basketball, and I just thought that was so awesome. If you're one of the best entertainers in the world and you play ball, you the GOAT in my book, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just amazed by that. I put that on the shirt, and a couple weeks later, I'm working in the middle of the night and the whole acronym hit me, Goaty, greatest of all time you. And honestly, it's like when you hear it, you just know, like, what? And I immediately went online, literally made the logo in like 5 minutes. I stayed up 50 hours getting all that done. As far as trademarks or licenses and anything, because once I seen it on paper, I knew this was gonna be huge. Well, in the early stages, a good friend of mine, his son played youth football. They seen the shirt and they was like, hey man, our whole team would love the shirt. So they go down, wear the shirt to one game, and what do you know? The whole team asking for the shirts, so they make the first purchases. I would have to say a turning point was when I started sponsoring these football teams. It's like, okay, we got something here. And now we done sponsored 4 teams, 3 in Georgia, 1 in Texas, and that's just the beginning. And that's my favorite part, giving the kids something they can grow up with. Goaty, greatest of all time you. Till this day, I tell myself, just do it. It had a forever lasting impact, and that's the same thing Goaty's gonna have on these children. And it picked up strong in the athletic community, but the entertainers, they picked up on it fast too, just because of the way it looked and the message. Like, that message goes for everyone. Entertainers, regular people, children, people fighting issues. Everyone wants to be Goaty. Everything wants to be Goaty. It's a Goaty world. It should be a Goaty world, and that's the plan. So all in all, man, we just want you to be Goaty. Be the greatest version of yourself. The first step of being Goaty is accountability. The second step is action. Take accountability and actions in all that you do in order to get to the greatest version of yourself. That's a big part of it, because there's most things are against you. It's a tough world out here, it's a tough life. If you just calm down sometimes and figure out your next move, it's always gonna be your best move. Be Goaty, man.